Tonight, the WNBA witnessed an incident that transcended a mere basketball play. It was a moment that sent a seismic shockwave through the league, forcing everyone to confront the brutal realities of competition at its most aggressive. We're talking about an event so egregious, so potentially career-altering, that it immediately sparked a firestorm of debate. Fans, analysts, and even former players were left reeling, questioning the very fabric of fair play and player safety. This wasn't just a hard foul. It was perceived by many as a calculated, violent act against the league's most transformative star, Caitlin Clark. The ramifications are still unfolding, but the initial reaction was undeniable. A collective gasp, followed by outrage, and then a chilling question: could this be an act that warrants the ultimate sanction? The sheer recklessness of the play forced the league to confront its own rules, its own standards of protection, and the alarming potential for future incidents if such aggression is not met with an unprecedented response. Tonight, the spotlight is not just on a game, but on the future of player safety in a league where rivalries are intensifying and the stakes have never been higher. This is a story about intent, impact, and the explosive aftermath of a moment that threatened to derail a historic season before it even truly began. The debate rages. Was this just intense physicality, or something far more sinister, demanding a penalty that sends an unmistakable message? Word count 202.
Skirt friends. Now, it was a flagrant foul that was occurred.
This brief snippet, almost an aside in the moment, captures the initial shock. A flagrant foul that was occurred. The announcer's tone, the quick cut, it all belies the true danger of what transpired. This wasn't some minor bump. This was a direct, aggressive move, targeting Caitlin Clark in a way that goes beyond the bounds of competitive play. The skirt friends line, almost a stutter, indicates the speaker's own struggle to process the sudden, violent nature of the contact. It's the kind of play that makes you flinch, makes you wonder if you just witnessed an intentional act of aggression rather than a basketball mistake. The implications of such a foul, especially against a player of Clark's caliber and importance, are immense. It's not just about the points scored or the game won. It's about the message it sends, the precedent it sets, and the very real threat it poses to player longevity. This moment, barely registering at first, would quickly become the centerpiece of a controversy that continues to reverberate throughout the WNBA. Word count 185. Let's be clear. A flagrant foul isn't just a penalty, it's an indictment. It's the referees acknowledging that an act of aggression has crossed a critical line, that the intent or severity of contact was beyond what is acceptable in professional basketball. But this incident, involving Alanna Smith and Caitlin Clark, quickly escalated beyond a simple flagrant one. The raw footage, meticulously dissected by millions online, revealed a level of force that sparked immediate outrage. It wasn't merely hard. It was an act that many perceived as fundamentally disrespectful to the game and, more critically, dangerously reckless towards an opponent. The moment Clark hit the ground, a collective dread spread. Was her burgeoning season, her historic impact, about to be tragically cut short? The concern wasn't hypothetical. In a league known for its physicality, this specific play stood out as particularly vicious, raising questions about player responsibility and the potential for malice. This wasn't just about winning a game, it was about stopping a phenomenon, perhaps at any cost. And that, insiders believe, is what truly sets this incident apart. The league has a vested interest in protecting its stars, especially those who draw unprecedented viewership. When that protection is perceived to fail, or when an act of aggression directly targets such a player, the outcry becomes deafening and the calls for justice relentless. Word count 228.
Foul Caitlin Clark, bruh. Extremely hard. And what's crazy is that Alanna Smith was supposed to be coming to the team.
Here, the speaker explicitly confirms the severity. Alanna Smith got hit with a flagrant one. So Alanna Smith foul Caitlin Clark, bro. Extremely hard. The emphasis on extremely hard isn't just an emotional reaction. It's a crucial detail that elevates this incident from a common foul to a potential crisis. This wasn't accidental contact. This was a forceful engagement that carried significant risk. The added layer, what's crazy is that Alanna Smith was supposed to be coming to the team, hints at an underlying tension or motive, a backstory that makes the aggression even more perplexing and potentially premeditated. It suggests a history, a narrative thread that implicates more than just an in-game mistake. When a player who theoretically shares a future bond delivers such a devastating blow, it begs the question: was this a statement? Was it a warning? Or was it something far more malicious, aimed at crippling a rival, even a potential teammate, before their influence could truly take hold? This line exposes the darker undercurrents of professional sports, where allegiances and future prospects can clash violently on the court. Word count 191. The internet, as it always does, erupted. Slow motion replays, freeze frames, and expert analyses flooded social media feeds. The consensus among a significant portion of the WNBA faithful was stark. This was no ordinary foul. It was interpreted as a direct challenge, an aggressive act designed to physically intimidate or worse, to injure. The term brutally attacked became the standard parlance, reflecting the visceral reaction of those who witnessed it. For a player of Caitlin Clark's profile, who has already endured intense physicality and countless discussions about her welcome to the league moments, this incident felt different. It felt personal. The discourse quickly pivoted from basketball strategy to ethical boundaries. How much physicality is too much? When does competitive fire cross into dangerous intent? And what message does the league send if such actions are not met with the absolute harshest penalties? The public demanded accountability, not just for the foul itself, but for the implications of allowing such aggressive tactics to potentially sideline the league's biggest draw. The fear was palpable. A generational talent on the cusp of truly transforming the sport could have had her season, or even her career, cut devastatingly short by a single reckless act. This wasn't just a game, it was a perceived threat to the future of the WNBA itself. Word count 229.
I mean, you couldn't even breathe on Caitlin Clark. Foul, 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 foul.
This clip, speaking to the broader refereeing in the game, ironically amplifies the outrage surrounding the Smith foul. You couldn't even breathe on Caitlin Clark. Foul, foul, foul. On one hand, it suggests the referees were already overly sensitive to contact against Clark, but in the context of the flagrant foul, it paints a picture of hypocrisy, or at best, inconsistency. If minor contact was penalized, how could such a violent, extremely hard foul from Smith be seen as anything less than an act demanding maximum disciplinary action? This juxtaposition creates cognitive dissonance for the viewer. It highlights the perceived double standard. The commentary here, though not directly about the Alanna Smith incident, sets the stage for fan frustration. It implies that Clark was either targeted unfairly with small fouls, or that the Smith foul was an egregious escalation that demanded an even stronger response than the hella fouls called earlier. This tension fuels the narrative of Clark as a target, constantly battling not just opponents, but also the inconsistent application of rules. Word count 180. The outcry wasn't just about a single player, it was about the precedent. When the WNBA's most marketable player, the gravitational center of its newfound global attention, is subjected to a foul deemed extremely hard and flagrant, the stakes are immeasurable. The league's future, its burgeoning popularity, its very integrity, felt suddenly vulnerable. Imagine the long-term impact if such aggressive plays, clearly beyond the pale, were not met with the most severe consequences. The discussion quickly escalated beyond a single game. It became a referendum on players' safety, on the league's commitment to protecting its stars, and on the message it intended to send to aspiring players and, crucially, to potential aggressors. Calls for a lifetime ban weren't born of malice, but of a deep-seated fear that, without such extreme deterrence, the sport could devolve into something far uglier, jeopardizing the careers and health of its most valuable assets. These were not just fan whispers. These were genuine concerns voiced by those who understand the physical toll of the game and the fragility of a promising career. The attack on Clark wasn't merely physical. It was an assault on the league's narrative, its growth, and its aspirational vision. Word count 225.
Had 20 fucking points.
And here lies the chilling resilience. She only took 6 or 7 shots attempts and had 20 fucking points. This isn't just stats. This is a testament to Clark's almost superhuman ability to perform under extreme duress. Despite being subjected to hella fouls, despite the extremely hard flagrant foul from Alanna Smith, she still managed to dominate. This clip, delivered with raw, unfiltered emotion, underscores the frustration and admiration simultaneously. It highlights that even in the face of what some are calling an attack, Clark's talent shines through, almost defiant. But it also begs a terrifying question. What if the attack had succeeded? What if that flagrant foul had landed differently, sidelining her indefinitely? The 20 fucking points becomes a symbol not just of her talent, but of her survival. A defiant shout against those who would attempt to diminish her impact through physical aggression. This isn't just a highlight, it's a statement of invincibility, juxtaposed against the very real danger she faced. Word count 180. The narrative surrounding Caitlin Clark has always been one of facing adversity, of breaking barriers, and of rising above challenges. But this incident introduced a new, darker element: the deliberate threat to her physical well-being. It transformed the conversation from competitive rivalry to personal safety. The league, desperate to capitalize on the Clark effect, suddenly found itself in a precarious position. How do you protect your golden goose without stifling the physicality that is inherent to the sport? The answer, many argue, must be unequivocal. When an act of aggression carries the potential to end a player's season, or worse, their career, the response must reflect that gravity. The 2026 season nearly ended isn't hyperbole. It's a reflection of the genuine fear that gripped fans and commentators alike as they watched the replay. This wasn't a hypothetical injury, it was a tangible possibility that loomed large over the court. The question became, if this particular attack didn't result in an immediate career-altering suspension, what message would that send to every other player considering a similar tactic? The league was, and still is, walking a tightrope, balancing competitive intensity with the absolute necessity of protecting its most valuable assets. Word count 228.
She only had 3 turnovers, 2 assists, 1 rebound. Caitlin Clark put on a fucking masterclass today. Excuse my language. That's how I felt. Raven John.
A fucking masterclass today. As the speaker emphatically puts it, this clip encapsulates the sheer audacity of Caitlin Clark's performance, especially when viewed through the lens of the earlier attack. To put on such a dominant display, minimal turnovers, high efficiency, a near-perfect shooting night, after enduring what was described as an extremely hard flagrant foul, is nothing short of legendary. This isn't just about individual statistics. It's about mental fortitude, about overcoming an attempt to physically derail her. The commentary's raw emotion highlights the extraordinary nature of her resilience. It's a defiant middle finger to any opposition, any aggressive tactic designed to stop her. This masterclass isn't just a win for Clark, it's a statement against the very aggression she faced. It suggests that even the most brutal attempts to neutralize her only serve to fuel her fire, to cement her status as not just a star, but an unshakable force. This performance becomes the ultimate rebuttal to the foul, a living, breathing testament to her indomitable spirit. Word count 184. The outrage surrounding Alanna Smith's flagrant foul on Caitlin Clark transcends individual statistics. It fundamentally questions the league's commitment to its players. This wasn't just a misstep. It was an incident that ignited serious discussions about the duty of care within professional sports. The WNBA is at a critical juncture, riding a wave of unprecedented popularity, largely fueled by Clark's arrival. Any perceived threat to her longevity or safety is, by extension, a threat to the league's burgeoning success. Insiders suggest that the league office watched the replays with mounting concern, recognizing the delicate balance between allowing competitive physicality and curbing outright aggression. The calls for a ban for life, while extreme, reflect a public sentiment that demands absolute protection for star athletes from overtly dangerous plays. This is about safeguarding the future of the sport, ensuring that its biggest draws can perform without fear of career-ending attacks. The incident becomes a pivotal moment, forcing the WNBA to re-evaluate its disciplinary protocols and send an unmistakable message. Reckless aggression will not be tolerated, especially when it targets the very players who are elevating the entire league. The scrutiny is intense, and the pressure for a decisive protective response is immense. Word count 216.
Why she's the best player in women's basketball today.
A declarative statement. She showed why she's the best player in women's basketball today. This isn't just hype, it's a conclusion drawn from Clark's ability to not only endure, but thrive after the attack. This clip, coming after the mention of the flagrant foul, cements the narrative of her dominance in spite of the adversity. It's a powerful affirmation of her status, suggesting that even the most physical, borderline dangerous attempts to stop her are futile. The best player claim isn't just about skill, it's about mental toughness, resilience, and the ability to elevate her game when the stakes are highest and the physicality is most intense. This clip underscores the magnitude of her performance and indirectly highlights the desperate measures opponents are resorting to. When you have to resort to extremely hard, flagrant fouls, it's often because you can't stop her legitimately. Her ability to consistently overcome such challenges only solidifies her legend and reinforces the impact of every attack against her. Word count 181. The weight of the WNBA's decisions following this attack cannot be overstated. Every player, every coach, every fan will be watching to see how the league responds. Will this be a watershed moment leading to stricter enforcement and harsher penalties for plays deemed beyond the bounds of competitive sports? Or will it be absorbed into the broader narrative of intense physicality, potentially emboldening others to employ similar tactics? The whispers of a ban for life are not mere sensationalism. They represent a segment of the fan base that believes such a drastic measure is necessary to protect the league's most valuable assets and ensure the integrity of the game. The incident has ripped open a crucial debate about player safety, especially for stars who draw intense defensive attention. The league's ability to navigate this controversy to deliver justice that is both fair and preventative will define a significant chapter in its history. The perceived brutal attack on Caitlin Clark isn't just a highlight reel. It's a litmus test for the WNBA's commitment to upholding the highest standards of sportsmanship and player welfare. The outcome, whatever it may be, will ripple through the league for seasons to come. Word count 215.
Balled out. Whooped ass.
Short, punchy, and utterly defiant. Balled out, whooped ass. This is the visceral, unapologetic reaction to Clark's performance following the aggressive foul. It's a celebration of her dominance framed as a direct retaliation to the physical challenge she faced. The language is raw, reflecting the intense emotions provoked by the incident. This isn't just about winning a game. It's about sending a message. It's about demonstrating that attempts to physically intimidate or injure will not deter her. In fact, they might just unleash an even more ferocious version of Caitlin Clark. This clip, especially after discussing the flagrant foul, becomes a powerful counter-narrative. The attack failed. Instead of ending her season or diminishing her impact, it fueled her to perform at an even higher, more dominant level. It's a crucial piece in the storytelling, showing that despite the shocking aggression, Clark emerged stronger, more determined, and more dominant, effectively turning a potential disaster into a triumphant showcase of her unparalleled talent. Word count 181. The strategic implications of such an attack extend far beyond a single game. Opposing teams are undoubtedly taking notes. If a player as physically dominant and skilled as Caitlin Clark can be targeted with a flagrant foul, and if the response from the league is deemed insufficient, it creates a dangerous playbook. The question becomes, how far will rivals go to neutralize Clark, knowing the potential upside of slowing her down? This incident forces the Fever coaching staff, led by Stephanie White, to strategize not just for offense and defense, but for Clark's physical protection. The league needs to consider not just individual player safety, but the competitive integrity of the entire season. Will every game against the Fever now carry an unspoken threat of escalated physicality? This attack on Clark isn't an isolated event. It's a harbinger of a new era of intensified and potentially dangerous competition. The WNBA must act decisively to ensure that future contests are decided by skill and strategy, not by reckless aggression that risks ending careers prematurely. The future of the league hangs in the balance, awaiting a firm stance against such brazen acts. Word count 201.
And the referees had her back to make sure she put belt to ass to any defender that tried to come in her way. I'm super happy with the WNBA referees, but something I'm not happy with is Stephanie White.
This segment is a masterclass in strategic doublespeak. The referees had her back to make sure she put belt to ass to any defender that tried to come in her way. I'm super happy with the WNBA referees. On the surface, it sounds like a praise for the officials. But peel back the layers, and it's a searing indictment. The underlying implication is that the referees had to step in decisively, had to protect Clark because the attack from Alanna Smith was so egregious, so far beyond the pale, that it demanded immediate, forceful counteraction. It's not happiness with consistent refereeing. It's relief that finally, after such a shocking incident, the league's enforcers woke up to the gravity of the situation. This commentary implicitly acknowledges the previous lack of protection and suggests the Alanna Smith incident was the tipping point. The phrase "put belt to ass," a colloquialism for dominance and punishment, hints at the emotional intensity surrounding Clark's treatment. The happiness is born out of extreme tension, a recognition that the game itself was on the verge of spiraling out of control due to unchecked aggression. This isn't a simple compliment, it's a desperate plea for continued vigilance. Word count 205. The Alanna Smith attack served as a stark reminder of the unique pressures faced by generational talents. When you redefine a sport, when you bring unprecedented attention and revenue, you also become a singular target. Every opponent wants to be the one who stopped you, and for some, that desire crosses into dangerous territory. This isn't just about basketball, it's about the psychological warfare of elite competition. The WNBA, in its rapid ascent, finds itself grappling with these intensified stakes. The question of a ban for life for such an egregious foul is not just about retribution. It's about setting a precedent, etching a line in the sand that declares this far and no further. It's about preserving the sanctity of the game and protecting the athletes who drive its success. The 2026 season nearly ended isn't just a catchy phrase. It's a terrifying hypothetical that became all too real in that single violent moment. The league's response will determine whether this incident is an isolated, quickly punished aberration or a disturbing signal of a new, more dangerous era in women's basketball. The eyes of the sporting world are watching, demanding not just justice, but a clear, unwavering commitment to player safety above all else. Word count 217.
I am not happy with the defensive schemes that Stephanie White has been calling. I am not happy with what she has been running, and I damn sure is not happy with Monique Billings.
The pivot from referee praise to Stephanie White criticism is jarring but strategically significant in the aftermath of the attack. I am not happy with the defensive schemes, what she has been running. This isn't just about general team performance, it implicitly links back to the lack of preparedness or protection for Caitlin Clark. In the face of such aggressive tactics from opponents, the coach's inability to adapt, to implement schemes that shield Clark or retaliate effectively, becomes a critical point of failure. It suggests a strategic blind spot, a failure to anticipate or counter the sheer physicality that Clark is now consistently facing. If your star player is being attacked and your defensive schemes aren't preventing it or creating an offensive counter, then the coaching itself becomes part of the problem. This clip underscores the multifaceted nature of the challenge. It's not just the opponent's aggression, but also the team's internal response and protective measures that are under scrutiny, especially after an incident that nearly ended a season. Word count 180. The profound implications of the Alanna Smith incident cannot be confined to a single game report. This was a moment that exposed the raw nerves of competitive sports, where the desire to win can at times veer into dangerous territory. The shocking Caitlin Clark attack isn't just a sensational headline, it encapsulates the deep concern that immediately gripped the WNBA community. The specter of a ban for life for such actions highlights the severity of the perceived transgression and the urgent need for a deterrent that matches the potential damage. This incident forced a critical examination of league policies, player conduct, and the overarching responsibility to protect its athletes, particularly those who are drawing new audiences, and elevating the entire sport. The balance between fierce competition and outright aggression is delicate, and the Alanna Smith foul on Caitlin Clark arguably shattered that balance, triggering an unprecedented call for accountability and severe consequences. The conversation moved beyond typical fouls to questions of intent, player welfare, and the long-term health of the league's most valuable assets. This isn't just a WNBA story, it's a microcosm of the intense pressures and inherent dangers at the pinnacle of professional sports. Word count 209.
There it is.
Incredible outing for Caitlin Clark, man. Like I stated, 21 points, 4 assists, 4 or 6 from the field, 2 or 3 from 3. She made 11 out of 13 free throws in only 16 minutes, man.
The final statistical declaration is a powerful mic drop. 21 points, 4 assists, 4 or 6 from the field, 2 or 3 from 3. She made 11 out of 13 free throws in only 16 minutes, man. Incredible performance. This isn't just a stat line, it's a testament to defiance. After enduring what many considered a brutal, potentially season-ending attack from Alanna Smith, Caitlin Clark not only returned but delivered an incredible outing. This clip provides the ultimate vindication, demonstrating that attempts to physically intimidate her utterly failed. Her free throw efficiency in particular speaks to her composure under pressure, converting opportunities created even amidst aggressive fouls. This segment powerfully concludes the narrative arc of the attack. Despite facing an extremely hard flagrant foul, Clark emerged not just unscathed, but more dominant than ever. It's a victory not just for her and the Fever, but for the principle that talent, resilience, and sheer will can overcome even the most aggressive and shocking challenges. The attack sought to end her season. Instead, it fueled a legendary performance. Word count 191. In the end, the breaking Alanna Smith banned for life after shocking Caitlin Clark attack headline isn't just clickbait. It encapsulates the raw, immediate reaction of a community shaken by an act of aggression. While the outcome of a ban for life may not materialize, the discourse surrounding it, fueled by the visceral impact of the foul, speaks volumes about the perceived severity of the incident. This wasn't merely a game moment. It was a flashpoint that ignited a crucial conversation about player safety, ethical boundaries, and the responsibility of the league to protect its most valuable assets. The brutal attack on Caitlin Clark, regardless of official disciplinary outcomes, will forever be etched in the minds of fans as a moment where the lines between competition and outright aggression blurred dangerously. The 2026 season may not have been officially nearly ended, but the palpable fear and widespread concern highlighted how easily such a promising trajectory could be derailed. This video serves as a stark reminder of the high stakes in professional sports, where a single reckless act can trigger a whirlwind of controversy, speculation, and a fervent demand for justice that resonates far beyond the confines of the basketball court. The WNBA, and indeed the broader sports world, will continue to analyze, debate, and remember this pivotal incident for years to come. Word count 236.